And so we're just going to get to the 1980s. And notable serial killers of the 1980s. And the most infamous, you know, they like to put all this stuff on it, but why don't you tell us that they came from these facilities? These, they claim, did not. You know, Bundy, Dahmer, Wayne, Ramirez, Warnos, Ridgway, Long, and those guys that they seem to hype up and do whatever. What they don't tell you, if you go into their background and history, there has been many red flags, some psychiatric help, some psychiatric care, and all of that. They would make you think that there's some kind of button you can press, and these people just start going off and crazy. No, they're looked at and monitored from very, very, very young. But I'm not going to get into them because they glorified them. I'm going to actually talk about the serial killers who escaped from mental facilities, because you don't know that and you don't understand that. You got Ed Kemper, and he was terrible at the age 15 in 1964. Looks like 2 bodies sent to a state hospital, California psychiatric facility. Now his IQ was 145. Used intelligence to manipulate the system. He was released in 1969. The psychiatrist deemed him cured at the age 21. He got his life back from 15, 2 bodies, 21, was like 7 years. He was back on the street, released to his mother's despite his protests. And they also sealed his juvenile record. Well, they do that anyway. But no, I am dumbfounded because they let him out. You had Kenneth Bianchi, the Hillside dude, mental facility connections, 1979. Faked multiple personality disorder, fooled some psychiatrists initially, attempted insanity defense. Oh, they even have Charles Manson, number 3, near escape. Multiple psychiatric facility stays in juvenile. Now look, Manson is another one. I just told you the deinstitutionalization where they actually dumped these people into the street. A lot of them were living in the woods. A lot of them made up different personalities. They became different people. They don't want to tell you this. And this is just my opinion. I'm not saying I can go get this and say, hey, this is what it is. This is because through my life, my journey, what I studied about this and being a part of mental health and things of that nature, I understand this clearly. These are definitely these people. And number 4, they got Albert DeSalvo, the Boston Strangler. That's crazy. And so they were in these facilities, these institutions. You got to think back then in the 80s, they had all these serial killers and people running around. Everybody just thought it was, maybe it was a fad or something, but you have to go back to this, the decentralization. You got to go back and you got to see when they were actually trying to get a place where they could put all these people, and these people were too much. They were running out of money. People were escaping. They could not control the situation. And in order to save face and all of that, they shut all that stuff down. But what they didn't tell you is where did they take them? They couldn't put them in jail. They let them go. A lot of them escaped, and then they ended up doing real heinous things. So this is another reason why I cover this, because these people ended up, it's like DNA trickles down. You don't never know who you're around, when they gonna stab. People clicking out right now. That's why I'm doing this, because if you are having issues and struggle and stuff, hit me up. I have many contact forms, even in the community. If you got a question or something, put it in there. Episode 40, this is part 2, decentralization. I was talking about the ones that left. Part 3, we're going to get into where did these people go?